when I had to say goodbye to Naina, I remember it was the last day.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was harder than I thought. It was that relief, that sigh, and when you breathe out, it's over. But at the same time, a part of you so emotional. It's a very internal feeling, and I think because I'd somewhere just like soaked into that character, it really, I think I really gave it all out to this character.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I'm Rashita Sahni, and today joining me for a super interesting conversation is Yami Gautam, who's all set to give us the chills and thrills with her Edge of the Seat watch Thursday. Hi, Yami. How have you been?
Hi, Rashida. I'm good. How are you?
Great. As I was, telling you, when I watched the trailer, you look like Yami Gautam. You look like a normal person, but you really scared me with the way you talk. There's this constant look on your face that made me go like, oh my God. I literally have goosebumps even now talking about it. I watched the trailer twice and I was like, wow, this is something
Thank
I'm
you.
really looking forward to. Something that बहुत टाइम से नहीं हुआ, बहुत ज्यादा repetitive हो रहा था content, and now I feel that it's going to be something different. So you tell me this fabulous response that you're getting, how are you feeling about all of this?
I'm feeling very good. I'm trying to not look at my phone right now, and I won't because the messages and everything,
Yeah.
the feedback's been started pouring in, and it feels really good when you worked on a film which needed every bit of you
Yeah.
to play that part, uh, and it all feels worth it. It all feels when finally eventually it's for the audience, it's for everyone to watch and enjoy and get engaged in that world. When that happens, then everything is worth it.
Definitely. That being said, I'm sure it was a very, very challenging character. How much ever I could understand from the trailer, it looks like, Naina is someone who's very layered, who has her own, things going on in her mind, and she's there to do something. Now, we don't know. We'll, of course, watch and get to know what she's up to. But how did you feel while playing it? Was it emotionally draining and challenging?
Very, very emotionally challenging, and sometimes I think that's more challenging than learning, sometimes like a new activity, because when you practice something, eventually you get it. But when you are mentally and emotionally prepping for a role like that, and trying to balance all aspects that your character has, that switch, um, expression, because the camera is so tight on your face, and the geographies of the film, if you see, is as such that my portion is can be only in that space
Space, correct.
geographically, but to still have its own language, but to still have it going, and at any point you shouldn't feel stagnant anywhere. I think that was, and to still, you understood what she's going to do, in the sense that what's her style, how she talks, but have that, but at the same time, have that thrill and that mystery going on still, that you think you know her, you think this is not what she's going to
Yeah.
do, but then you end up seeing totally something which is going to happen. So to maintain that balance, to add language to everything what you're doing, sometimes subtly, sometimes it needs to be underlined, to mark those places, to identify each and everything. It required, I worked on it with a lot of detail, with a lot of depth, with a lot of my handwritten notes. And it was a collaboration. Behzad was so open to ideas. He was clear, and at the same time he was open to ideas. um, all the departments, be it the cinematographer Anuj and Vasani, they've done a fab job. Our background score, everything, and eventually, whatever you're doing, you have to keep in mind it's for the audience. They
Yeah.
should feel invested and engaged in that journey of this girl called Naina. So yeah, a lot of went into it.
I'm sure about it. And, as you mentioned rightly, this is also a very intense character. Now, as an actor, as Yami, how easily or is it challenging for you to detach yourself from a character like this one?
It wasn't easy. It doesn't happen just like that.
Yeah.
Especially a character like this. Um, it stayed with me for long because in the middle of shoot we were struck by the second wave. I got married in that second wave,
Yeah.
then came back and came back again to this set, and it was intense. It's a very intense film. It's an intense story. So when I had to say goodbye to Nena, I remember it was the last day.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was harder than I thought. It was that relief, that sigh, and when you breathe out, it's over. But at the same time, a part of you is so emotional. It's a very internal feeling, and I think because I'd somewhere just like soaked into that character, it really, I think I really gave it all out to this character.
Sure, I'm sure. And once I and all of us watch the film, we'll of course be doubly sure about this. But you mentioned about your wedding just quickly, saying it was one of the most beautiful and real and pure weddings that I saw.
Thank
ऐसे
you.
देख के लगा यार शादी ऐसे होनी चाहिए. So yeah, just quickly
So
putting
sweet.
out putting it
Thank you
out
so
that way.
much. How sweet
You're
is
most
that?
welcome. And of course, coming back to the film now, it's a thriller. Now, as I mentioned in my intro, those chills and thrills. Of course, we were waiting for something like this. We were hoping that kuch aisa aaye. It's finally coming. But at the same time, whenever I talk to people who have been a part of thrillers, there's this notion that they can either make or break your film or your content. Now, if it doesn't go the right way, it can be a risky genre. How do you feel about that?
That's the thing with everything you do, no? That's isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
anything can. Um, the good part about thrillers is that people are interested in this
Yeah.
genre. That's why so many thrillers are being made. And the
Correct.
challenging part is how many good thrillers are being made. How much of a good writing is happening, and
Yeah.
how is one different from another. We've seen so many thrillers in the past, and people do watch it once, so ek baar to sab dekh lete hain. But the
Definitely.
idea should be to create something which stays with you, which
Yeah.
speaks to you, and the different kinds of thriller. And of course, एक मेन आपका ये कंसर्न तो रहता ही है कि कहीं भी लॉजिकल एरर कम से कम हो. You
Mm-hmm.
want people to feel that you want them to be hooked, but not, you don't want them to be correct. You want them to be with
Yeah.
the character, but you don't want the guess game going right there. So
Correct.
that is always there. It's a very tricky line because कई बार मुझे याद है सेट पे लगता है नहीं बेजाद ये थोड़ा दोबारा इसको देख लेते हैं, ये ठीक है क्या.
Hmm.
तो नहीं यामी you're feeling because you've read the script, so now you're
Yeah.
anticipating, you're seeing it from that angle.
Correct.
So तो how risk तो देखिए हर genre में होता ही है, but the
Definitely.
challenge should be, and the challenge should be taken that it needs to be well done.
Hmm.
You should feel as an audience, feel good about it. And I don't believe in over intellectualizing anything, but जो एक experience होता है ना, कुछ भी अगर मैं अच्छा देखती हूँ, मैं as an audience देखती हूँ as Yami, be it your larger than life, your superhero drama, be it a thriller, a Gone Girl,
Yeah.
or be it an out and out comedy, or whatever it is, it should make you feel good. It should make you feel हाँ मैंने
Definitely.
कुछ अच्छा देखा. जो भी
Worth
genre
it.
था कैसा
Yeah.
था, पर मैंने worth it. I enjoyed
Correct.
watching it. You're investing your 2 or 2.5 hours into something to hold somebody's attention, especially in today's time. It's going to be
Yeah.
very challenging one. So a lot
I
of
know.
good writing will have to come in play. A lot of that has to happen.
Amazing. Completely agree to that. Now, of course, Behzad has made it, and I watched Blank, and it was such a nicely made, and even that film was so engaging to watch. Uh, you tell me, how was it working with him, and is he like an actor's director?
मैंने अभी तक ब्लैंक नहीं देखी है. And मैंने Behzad को, I took him by, but I've heard it's a good film. But
Yeah.
I wanted to have a completely a different and I never met him before. I wanted to have a completely new blank canvas for the Behzad that I was going to work with. And जो उनकी script थी, I think it's one of the best scripts that I've read so far. And very good to work with. As I said already, he's a great collaborator. He listens to you, always open to ideas, and he's a very solution-oriented director. He's not someone who's going to shout or use cuss words if something is problems तो आती हैं, हर सेट पर आती हैं, खासकर जब आप एक नए डायरेक्टर भी होते हैं या आपकी 2-3 फिल्में ही आई होती हैं, एक अलग लेवल के प्रॉब्लम्स चैलेंजेस होते हैं. बट इसी में यही तो चैलेंज है कि आप उसमें से कैसे अच्छा काम निकालेंगे, यू नो, एंड कैसे अपनी टीम को बांध के रखोगे, you know, because we all have faith in that one person. So and he has a knack for having a solution for everything and anything, and great energy, and every day would be excited. We were excited to create this film. I hope you feel it when you watch it, but we were really excited to do this. ऐसा नहीं था कि हाँ एक और फिल्म मिली है, चलो हाँ एक और काम करके move on तो करना ही है, but कुछ you have to be passionate about it, really, to be in this industry.
I'm sure. There are also, just adding on to that, there are films that have so much promotions going on, you know, there are campaigns, and I'm sure you know all about it. But then it starts to look a little forceful. But I think with this one, we feel it naturally. Like I feel it's naturally happening. People are really wanting to watch it. I read a few comments on the YouTube trailer also that, you know, we finally want to have something to watch which is involved, and people didn't expect Yami to do it. You know, people didn't expect that ki Yami Gautam itna aise terrifying lag sakti hai, you know, someone so beautiful and someone always so poised and pretty. But I'm sure you're going to surprise us all and everyone who's waiting. But having said that, it also has a brilliant star cast. Now there's Dimple ma'am, there's Neha, there's Atul sir. How was it, you know, firstly working with them, and secondly, when you have an ensemble cast that's so good and it's being led by someone like you, there's an anticipation that naturally happens. Does that put any pressure on you, or does it come as reassurance?
No, see, the ancillary cast in this film, they're so seasoned. Dimple ma'am, you know, such a senior actor, breathtakingly beautiful, and so professional when she came on set, so warm. So we were shooting something very intense, I remember, and you know, it's as an actor, your mind is constantly, you know, you want to get it right and all those things, and but she was so good, she was so warm, so professional. These are the actors who know the value of work and what not to be taken for granted ever.
Correct.
Whether you come for one scene, you come for 10 scenes, you're there in the entire film. Every frame they know cannot be taken for granted. That's for me, Dimple ma'am. Atul sir, again, a very seasoned actor. We know that. But utne hi calm, utne hi patient, utne hi, matlab, again, team player. बहुत मजा आया उनके साथ काम करके. Neha, this is the first time I was working with her, and she's done a very good job. And उन्हें ही पता होगा कि उन्होंने कैसे शूट किया है, क्योंकि फिल्म जब साइन की थी उन्होंने और 2 दिन शूट भी किए थे. She was not pregnant at that time, but when she actually had to start shooting because we had to take a break for the second wave, she was pregnant. And I have no idea that. So of course she told Behzad, and Behzad, that's okay. If you as an actor want to work, why can't my cop be a pregnant woman?
Yeah,
there are pregnant women who are cops and they're pregnant and they're working if they can. So but उनको बारिश में शूट करना था या जिस तरह का उनका किरदार है, I think मतलब she never complained, and she was बहुत मुश्किल होगा I'm sure उनके लिए भी करना, but she did a really good job. There's another actor in the film I have to take a special mention, Kalyani, जो आप देख रहे हैं ना ट्रेलर में, एक मेरी हेल्पर बनी है.
हाँ जी हाँ जी हाँ जी.
Again, I hope we get to see her in more roles. Very good actor. So when you have such good actors, it's a film which has been made by very good technicians as well. Aapka camera angle, something can make you feel little uncomfortable, little uneasy.
Yeah.
You know, looking right through the camera, and finding your balance. I think it's an amalgamation of everyone.
I am sure we can't wait to watch it. I've said it a million
Thank
times in
you.
this interview. But thank you so much, Yami, for
Thank you so
joining in.
much.
It was lovely chatting with you. All the
Same
very
here,
best.
and I hope you get to watch it soon. You will actually tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. Can't wait.
I hope you connect with her story, and
Yeah.
in a positive way, I'm saying.
I'm sure. And I wish we connect again for the success interview, because I
Yes,
know it's going to be
absolutely.
one.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed to that. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you. Bye. Take
Thank
care.
you, Rashita. Bye. You too.
Bye. Bye.